This weekend, we have another max battle weekend, and it is going to be the final of the trio Suicune. Okay, so in this video, we're gonna go over the tips, the tricks, the strategies, everything that you need to know to max out on this. And remember, guys, this is going to be one of the last battle weekends that we won't be able to remote into, which is very exciting in Pokemon Go. Let's get into the strategies. Welcome to the Trainer Club. Here we go. On May 10th and 11th, starting at 6 a.m. for the max battle times, all the way until 9 p.m., we are going to be seeing Suicune make its debut. I am going to put a cautionary note in here, guys, that Suicune is a Dynamax Pokemon. It doesn't Gigantamax. We already have Gigantamax Blastoise. Gigantamax is stronger than Dynamax, so my suggestion here is probably just get the shiny if it's something that you're hunting into. But if you're like, I don't really care, I just need one, don't care about the shiny, what you could do is just take one down and go forward. But if you do want to do the shiny, you want to get this Pokemon, you want to try to have a good one, hey, don't hold back because of my recommendation. Whatever you like to do in the game, I just give you the best recommendations to make sure that you're set up to know what is going on in the game and what's impactful. Not only that, guys, remember that in the middle of this crowned event, we will start getting invites to be able to get into Shadow Raids too. And I have that set up in my Discord. I'm still making some improvements, helping you guys out. I can't wait to do this again, but more efficiently and have a much more robust experience for you guys. Remember, we're going up to 10 invites. We're going to be able to get into Gigantamax raids towards the Machamp time. We're going to be getting into Shadow Raids, including legendaries and regular Shadow Raids throughout the week. So I'll be setting up big groups for you guys to be able to be exclusive, to have enough things. And we also have a raid bot that's going to help you invite these people as well, including copy these people and just paste it right in so you don't have to remember or type or anything. It's a great system, and that's going to be discord.gg/thetrainerclub, or all the links in my video will help you get into that Patreon group. And we have further improvements coming with that too. I'm very excited. So for this one, it's going to be an all water type, and we did have a great Gigantamax electric type of Toxtricity, which is going to be what we're using here. And throughout this weekend, we're going to have bonuses of being able to collect 1,600 particles per day to give you 2 free raid battles per day. And if you don't do any on Friday, you can take these in with you. You're going to get 1/4 distance to be able to earn those 300 particles in your nearby tab, and that will give you 300 for half a kilometer. So don't overlook that. And if you guys don't even want to participate, use some of these extra particles and unlock some moves on some Pokemon. Power spots are going to be refreshing more frequently, which is very exciting, because every 30 minutes, you're going to be able to do more of these if you want throughout the entire weekend. It's kind of hard to see those constantly respawning and be like, I don't know why I'm not battling these things. And finally, we're going to be getting 8 times the amount of particles coming from the power spot. So every power spot you interact with, you will be able to get 1 full receival of all of those particles, basically 1 free raid pass. And throughout this weekend, we're getting 3/4 the amount of particles needed to level up moves. So if it's something you want, that's great. The only problem here is the level 3 moves are going to be taking 50 XL candy from these Pokemon, and for the legendaries, that's pretty expensive. So please make sure, that's why I tell you in the beginning of these videos, like, Suicune is not the best. Blastoise is better in Gigantamax, and so that means what I recommend doing an extra whatever you need to get 150 XL candy for Suicune, when you could just get the Blastoise and it spawns in the wild, and it's a budget one and it's more effective. So if you guys didn't check out the free timed research, it is also in the tabs over there to the left. We're going to be getting the collect 500 max particles for a Grookey encounter, win a max battle, mid 3 max battles, catch 5 max Pokemon, level up a max move 3 times, unlock a max move. That's going to give you 300 of the particles each for 900. Powerful Pokemon 5 times for the Grookey candy, and then 10 times for the XL candy, 7,500 stars and 500 particles. So use those particles as you'd love to. Remember, we also have Gigantamax Venusaur as well, so we have 2 good counters for this Pokemon, because it is going to be weak to grass and electric only. The moves that it's going to have will be Ice Beam, Bubble Beam, Water Pulse, Scald, and Hydro Pump. And the one problem with this Ice Beam Pokemon and Hydro Pump as well is the Toxtricity is going to be electric and ground typing, giving it some vulnerability there. And then also the Venusaur is going to be a grass typing, which is vulnerable to ice. So those are 2 problematic situations. The 100% IV will be 1704 coming off of this Pokemon. It is not the strongest. It is actually the weakest of the 3 of these, Raikou, Entei, and Suicune. And as far as the max battles, what should we look out for? Well, number 1, make sure do not use specials until the end. So usually I say don't use special at all, but in the Dynamax, maybe you'll come to a situation where you have just a sliver of health left. That's when I start using specials so that I can avoid trying to get to the Dynamax phase when I could just use a special, right? So having the right appropriate specials on these Pokemon. I have not Elite TM'd Frenzy Plant onto any of my Pokemon, or even Hydro Cannon or Blast Burn from the Calm Day moves, because at this point, it's like most of the time I'm using the Dynamax and Gigantamax, right? So that's where I'm sitting at. So for this, the strategy for me is going in with parties of 4 and just powering this Pokemon. Hopefully you guys have been listening to my strategy, Lucky Trading, leveling up to 35 to 40. In that situation, you're only spending about 120,000 dust if they're lucky Pokemon. Regardless of the stats, they're not super important. The important part is that having you at level 40, you have the Gigantamax, and then you're going in after it. So here's going to be what we use. From the best attacker standpoint, it is going to be Toxtricity with Spark and Wild Charge. Now, this is a Gigantamax Pokemon, so it's not super relevant to have the move set up because Gigantamax Pokemon are once again locked to those moves. They do not change like Dynamax. Dynamax, the quick moves, the fast moves are very important because that will determine what this charge move is going to be when you go into Dynamax form. And then we have the Vine Whip and the Petal Blizzard or Frenzy Plant for the Gigantamax Venusaur. So these are going to be 2 Pokemon that I will have in my party. Then for the Dynamax, we have the Charge Beam or Thunder Shock and Thunderbolt for the Zapdos, the Thunder Shock and Wild Charge for the Raikou, the Spark and Wild Charge for the Dynamax Toxtricity, and Razor Leaf and Grass Knot for the Rillaboom. And then we're going to be changing into the best defenders, okay? So I don't even go to healers in these Dynamax. Like I said, I'm just powering it through with the most effective Pokemon. So the best defenders are going to be number 1, we have Gigantamax Lapras. Fantastic defender. It is not going to take additional damage from any of the moves. It's actually going to be resisting them. You can use either Psywave, Water Gun, or Skull Bash. Once again, this Pokemon will have, once it Gigantamaxes, into an Ice move. So it's all you have to do, use this Pokemon before the Gigantamax Dynamax phase. Once that happens, when you're going to go max, then you change over into your attackers. But then once you're done, you switch back into this. Other Pokemon can be Blissey with Pound and Hyper Beam, Gigantamax Blastoise with Water Gun and Bite or Skull Bash. We have the Gigantamax Venusaur, we have the Rillaboom and Snorlax. The most important thing here is that you have the defense leveled up. And in these defenders, I go for shields and then I also go for heals. My defenders are sprites for max heals and then also max defense. I don't go beyond that because if I have a defensive Pokemon, I want it to be able to heal as well. And when do we go into the healers, if you want to check out that list, it's going to be Blissey, Rillaboom, and Snorlax. As you have noticed, these Pokemon are also on the defender list. So why not use and multitask these Pokemon, especially when all these Pokemon are budget counters. And so some of the top tips to make sure you go over this. Thank you to Pokemon Go Hub for the amazing helpful article for us. Number 1, max phase wisely. Save your DPS burst for the max phase. Rotate in tanks and healers afterwards. Tanks should run 0.5 second fast moves like Vine Whip or Pound to fuel G-Max max guard quickly. And then the healers must level their max spirit all the way to the top. Avoid grass types if Ice Beam is present, and teams should communicate who is using each. So like I said in there, if you guys do see Ice Beam and the only thing you have in there is grass attackers, please make sure to phase out of those. But if you have a grass attacker that has Ice Beam and you have a Blissey, you have a Lapras, or you have a Snorlax in there, you guys are going to be great. And use this to the best of your ability. Go in there, attack feverishly, and don't back down. Only throw attack moves, have 4 people with strong counters, and take this down fast. Thank you guys for being here as always. Remember, jump into the Discord, join the Patreon. Can't wait to see you guys in those remote rooms to help you guys max out in Pokemon Go. Thank you for being here. Love you guys. Peace. I want to take this time to thank everybody who supports me in every facet. It means the world to me, and an extra special thank you to all my Patreons. I greatly appreciate the extra support to continue to allow me to pursue Pokemon Go full time, allowing me to create my daily video uploads in the most timely fashion for everyone's benefit. Plus, I get the amazing experience of sharing my creative processes behind the scenes and raiding all around the globe with select upper tiers. Thank you everybody for being a part of the Trainer Club. You all mean the absolute world to me, and I will see you guys out on the next video.